Hey, what's up guys? Nate here. Just wanted to come on here and do a review today of the Crossway's Wide Margin Reference Bible in Trutone Brown. So with all the hype around premium Bibles right now, I think it definitely helps to take a look at something a little less premium and share some of the actual strengths of owning a Bible like this. In some ways, I believe having something like this you could just throw in a backpack and not really worry about it getting dinged up is actually a huge pro. And so we're going to get into this. We're going to take a look at it. Thank you to Crossway for sending me this copy to review today, and very excited to get into it. So let's go ahead and do it. So taking a look here at the back of the Bible, you see there's just a couple features that it has mentioned here. There's a 9-point font on this Bible, which is pretty standard for their wide margin Bibles. I've had the heirloom wide margin, same thing. Words of Christ in red, which we'll take a look at that here. The red lettering is actually really good. Double column format, large 1-inch margins, 80,000 cross references, a concordance, and full color maps. And so here's just a little example here of what the text looks like. And so let's go ahead and open this up. So I've only looked at this Bible for probably about 10 minutes now. So I haven't really spent a whole lot of time with it. However, I have had the top grain leather edition of the wide margin Bible, and I also had the goat skin heirloom edition Bible. And so this is comparable. There's definitely some strengths and also weaknesses to a Bible like this, and so we'll get into it. But let's just go ahead and take a look here at the cover. So this is a really rich brown Trutone color, and I'll kind of just lay it down here for a second so you can take a look at what it looks like. But my first impressions of the Trutone is this actually a really, really good looking Bible cover. I mean, it's just very simple, very standard, but it's soft. It doesn't look cheap. It actually looks like this thing could be comparable to leather. I mean, I honestly would rather have a Trutone Bible than something like a genuine leather or some kind of low quality leather that just has a stamped grain or just looks strange. So I wouldn't want one of those entry-level leathers. I'd actually rather go with something more like a Trutone or a hardcover Bible, as I think it just looks and feels better. So this cover, this is a really nice Holy Bible stamped or ingrained rather in ESV right here. The newer ones have this lettering instead of the circle. English Standard Version, and Crossway. So let's go ahead and open this thing up. As you can see, there's a brown paper liner right here. These things are not super sturdy. It really depends on which model it is. Some people have actually been able to use the paste down for years and it doesn't have any issues. It just really depends on how it's done in the particular model, because it really changes depending on what Bible you buy. I mean, here at Southeastern Seminary in Wake Forest, I've actually looked at the library and seen some really old Bibles from like the 1950s and 60s that had paste down liner, and they actually hold up better than a lot of premium edition edge-line Bibles today. And so it really depends. And so we'll just see how this one lasts. And so let's go ahead and open this up. I don't really spend a whole lot of time looking at the preface or any of the signature pages. I just like to get straight to the text, if you know what I mean. So we will get to the text here. And so here's the text. It is a 9-point font. I'll try to hold this up a little closer. It is a 9-point font, black lexicon typeface, double column, and then you have the 1-inch margins here. And so this Bible, being a paste down liners, it will actually end up holding super flat, which is just a really big benefit of having a Bible like this. And so let's just go ahead and show you a few pages here. My initial thoughts were like, this black text actually looks really, really nice. I hope you can see here, most of these pages haven't even been opened yet, but as we go to some more narrative type sections, you can just see the text is very dark. There's no fading from what I can tell. It just is very simple and very sharp. The page feels, it doesn't feel thick, but it also doesn't feel as thin as the thin line pages. I would say this is probably a 32 GSM paper, maybe 34 or potentially 36, but it feels more like a 32. But these are also larger pages, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was 36 GSM paper. As we look at the art gilding here, this is just going to be gold and white, which the thing is about this is when you have a premium edition Bible, like for a minute, I'll show you a comparison of a calfskin Schuyler Bible. When you have something like this where it's just gold, you're really not afraid of this getting tore up. I mean, I really don't care if I would rub my finger across this, put it in a backpack, carry it with you. It's very easy to just carry this Bible and not be worried about it getting dinged up. And that's a big strength of having something like this. And it's something that you're also going to be marking in. I mean, it's really awesome to have these margins. I really loved my goatskin wide margin Bible. And I actually think that as far as utility's sake, something like a Trutone like this may be superior in some ways. I mean, the goatskin wide margin Bible is really rare these days. People are selling them for like $400 or $500. It's crazy. But that Bible had a notoriously stiff spine here. The edge lining was super stiff. It would just, I mean, you could see this giant arc in the middle of the Bible. And I tried to train mine to stay open, but something like a Trutone paste down Bible, this thing you can already see, like it's going to lay perfectly flat. You could probably even fold this thing over if you wanted to. And I mean, I just opened this up probably 20, 30 minutes ago. So you're going to get that. And the thing about it is when you have a Bible that can stay open super flat like this, you're going to be able to write in the inner margin much more easily than if you had something with a stiff edge line, where actually in my goatskin wide margin, it was actually hard to reach some of the inner margins. So I spent most of my time here on the outer margins. So that's a strength. Those are a couple strengths of having a Trutone Bible like this. And like I said, you're not going to be as worried about beating this thing up. But also another thing for those of you who like red letter text is this one does come with a really good red letter. And like I said, I had the top grain edition wide margin, and I was really impressed by the red letter of this Bible. And so I'll just show you here. We're in Matthew 5 and 6, and I try to get up a little closer to show you, but I think this text looks great. It isn't super dark red. I mean, it has kind of a pinkish hue, but the clarity of the text and the breathability with these margins, to me, it looks great. I'm not concerned about it being a darker red. I think this just looks great to me. And I'm really excited to read it. So it is a red letter edition Bible. I will show you here the ribbon. There's one ribbon on this Bible, and it's just kind of your standard brown nylon ribbon. Honestly, this looks the same as, and maybe even better than their premium edition ribbons, which is really interesting. But this is the ribbon. It kind of goes out maybe 2 or 3 inches, so it's got a good length to it. But yeah, it's just one ribbon here. And so just taking a look at the text again, like I said, it's red letter. This thing is going to open super flat once it breaks in a bit. The pages are not hard to turn. That's another plus about this Bible, is if you're wanting to turn to a passage quickly, this Bible is going to be much easier to do that than a premium edition Bible. Most premium edition Bibles come in 28 GSM, super thin pages, but also it's not just how light and thin the pages are, but it's the way that those French milled papers are made, is that they're actually, they'll fold over themselves, they'll crease extremely easily, and they'll just feel overall softer than something like this Chinese print, which is just a little bit crispier of a page, and it's not as big of a deal to just kind of throw it around a little bit and get some wear and tear on this thing. And so I think it's a really great addition. I really look forward to taking this to class, reading in it, and especially taking notes, as you're learning how to study the Bible, and you take some notes, even write prayers in the margin. You can circle things and point over to it and write a little bit of things you're learning as you read commentary, as the Holy Spirit is revealing to you things about God in the passages. You can just take these awesome notes here. And so that is about all I have for you guys today. And so one more thing I will say just about the size, the overall size of the Bible. That's another pro about this edition, is that as wide margins are a little bit wider. I mean, you're going to have about a 6.5 by 9 inch text block here, is that it will be a little bit larger. And so this Bible doesn't really feel a whole lot bigger than just a normal full-sized Bible. If you like the Schuyler Quintel, if you have a full-size Bible, but the thing that will make this Bible shine a bit more is that with that paste down liner, you're actually going to get something that you can hold open and it doesn't flop over you. If you have a wider Bible and it has a goatskin flimsy floppy cover, it's just going to fold over you. You're not going to be able to really have the same utility to the Bible. So something like this is easy to hold. It doesn't feel cumbersome. And actually, it's not super wide here. I mean, if you look here at the width of this Bible, it looks similar to like a Legacy. I'd say it's probably in the ballpark of 1.5 inches, maybe 1.25 inches, but probably 1.5 inches. I'd be surprised if it was more than 1.5 inches. And so it's pretty thin and it holds open really well. The only con I'd say about having an edition like this is that it may not last you as long as a premium edition Bible because of this paste down liner here. And you can glue these, you could rebind the Bible, and this is something that you want to be in and working on, taking notes and things for a long time in this Bible. And so for some of you, you might want something that can be an heirloom, something you can hand down. But for me, as I learned and I collected a lot of premium edition Bibles, is that sometimes, ironically, with something that's premium edition that is an heirloom type Bible that you want to keep for a long time, so you end up babying the thing and you don't really use it like you should be. And so something like this, Trutone, is something you wouldn't be afraid to really use, mark up like crazy, beat up a little bit, throw into a backpack, and just have that usability that you're wanting out of a Bible. And so I'd highly recommend this Bible. I'd rate it 10 out of 10 for what it is. I don't see any weaknesses for what you're getting. A price point, I believe, is just right around $59. And so for $59, to get a quality, wide margin Bible like this that will last you years, that you can take awesome notes in as you're learning, I'd highly, highly recommend this Bible. So I will place a link in the description to get yourself a wide margin Trutone Bible in brown. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. Like and subscribe for more content.